we spoke about it and made it clear that, look, you're my girl. Whatever you heard that somebody told you or whatever is not, I didn't say that word, which was, I was asked, does Zita like gossip? And I literally just said, hey, she likes to hear gist now. And that was taken by her in the wrong context. And I really, really understand it. But like I told her, I didn't mean it that way. I was just caught in the moment. Because for me, if I have an issue with you, I believe we should speak about it as adults at the end of the day. Like I always say, it's not easy being in that place. I am a very, very kind person. I love looking after people. And everything I do is not just for myself. Hi guys, this is Big Soso, aka Babanyarinya. This is my Pulse Fun Fact, sponsored by Lush Hair. Firstly, what's one thing you learned about yourself in Biggie's house that surprised you? I think one thing I learned, I'm not usually an angry person, but I think I got angry a few times and that really surprised me because that's usually not me. So it's something that I thought is not inside or doesn't exist as a part of me. And in those moments, I usually have moments of reflection where I'm like, I beat myself up a lot. Like, you shouldn't have done that. You should have at least watched your words, because I'm usually the type to always tell people to be kind with their words. So that really surprised me that, you said those type of things to somebody. And immediately I apologize. Even if I know that sometimes apology cannot be taken, it's not enough. But at least I try my best to apologize and accept whatever consequence that comes out of it. We live and we learn. Number 2, describe your relationship with intimacy in 3 words. Currently, I would say that we have both called each other sis, family, and I always call her Pepe Snare or Jumeta, Jutemeta, because I don't know how to pronounce Butemeta or something. But I would say it's wonderful, and she's somebody that when she comes out, like we said, we're going to Jumeta or Jutemeta, to go and, celebrate. Number 3, if you had to pick a ride or die from the house, who would it be? I think it would be Ibifubara. The reason being is, she was my bedmate. We shared the same bed up until the point where she had to go. It's usually, in as much as I come from a large family of 10, I'm usually very particular about my space, because of energy and stuff. And IB has a very good energy, and she's somebody that I saw as a ride or die because she would always call me. If I do anyhow, she would tell me, Soso, this is not how it's supposed to be. And for me, that's important because nobody is perfect. You always need that friend that will be able to guide you sometimes and tell you the truth. Which housemate has the best strategy? Honestly, best strategy, I don't really know because I came into the house being myself. I've never watched the show before coming on the show. And I didn't understand what the strategy meant until probably now that I'm seeing questions like this, because I went in there as myself. I don't know if that's seen as a trusted strategy, but I just felt like everybody gave their A game and, they did their best in whatever capacity because it's not easy. What's the funniest thing that happened to you in the house? I wouldn't say it's funny, but now looking back, it's kind of funny. I was chased by a snake and a dwarf in a scary outfit. That traumatized me to the point where I had to be collecting treatment. I was taking drugs for it. So when I look back, it's actually funny because why am I that scared? Because one thing with Big Brother that I've learned is he will never put you in a position to be harmed. Probably all of it was done for fun. So after the whole crying and traumatizing moments, I got to laugh. So I would say that's funny. And maybe most of the tasks in the beginning, the fact that I was just doing anyhow sometimes because I wasn't familiar with a lot of things was funny to me because I mostly was laughing. I'm a happy girl at the end of the day. Who was your least favorite housemate? I wouldn't say least favorite, but I would say least closest. I think it progressed because at some point I was close to certain people and currently not close to certain people. But currently, I don't think I have any. Because, I didn't get a chance to know a lot of them well. I didn't give them that chance, or we didn't get to talk more because I was mostly distracted with a lot of work in the house. So I don't think I have any least favorite at the moment. Which housemates surprised you the most after you got to know them better? I think Dinari, because at first he was very quiet and I didn't get to know him at that point. But when I got to speak to him, I got to spend time with him, and I got to find out that there was more to him than meets the eye. It's not always about being the loudest in the room. It's mostly about the quality of who you are as a person. So it surprised me that he has a very beautiful voice. I was privileged to hear one of the songs that he wrote, and beautiful, and many other talents like acting, his voiceovers. He sounds like Biggie most times, so he mostly just puts me in shock. So I would say Dinari. What's the first project we should expect from Chef Soso? I think that it will be my spice and herbs brand. It's something that I've been working on before going into the show. Came back to Nigeria to focus mostly on that because my family has, I want to say, what's the English to use? Like a trace of long life in a way. And it's because of what we eat. I always say that self-love, like my dad would say, self-love is what you put inside of you. So my spice, my herbs are things that I've coined together to create Maggi cubes, to create food ingredient, curry, thyme, different type of stuff that most of you have not experienced. Northern recipes that I'm trying to introduce to the world because of the healthiness of it. Because, you gotta be able to look after yourself by what you eat mostly, because you can go to gym all you want, but what you put inside of you matters. And also, I'll be launching my cooking show because I like everything food. I love to cook for people. I love to serve people. I love to have moments where I just want to see people happy. So those are the things that mostly encompass me. So you should be expecting that. What excites you most about life after BBN? I mean, it's a beautiful platform that I've been given. I don't know if I'll ever get a bigger platform than this. Most of the things, everything came free to me. My hair from Lush was free. And if most of you saw, every week they're giving us new stuff. I never was a makeup girl. I don't know how to do makeup. But currently, I think I'm trying. Big shout out to Zaron, because I didn't know how to contour and highlight. All I knew how to do is do my gajel here, lip gloss, and that's it. But because their makeup stuff was very, very easy to use, and they really knew my color without meeting me, the foundation, I didn't need to do too much, because I used to think that all these things was, you gotta do a lot of stuff. So what excites me is the fact that I have a platform to also support the girls. I mean, currently I have a charity where I've been looking after young girls, young vulnerable girls from northern Nigeria for now, because my story is a very personal story to do with. I've been through so much in terms of coming from where I come from. I come from a place where women watch from the shadows, and typically you will not see people like myself out there. And I've had to become a modern woman, a mindful woman, and a motivational woman. And I'm looking forward to be able to help and sponsor more girls by God's grace. So I'm quite excited about all of this stuff. Who is the most manipulative housemate? Manipulative? Nobody has manipulated me. In as much as I'm a very calm girl, I try to always see the light in people. Yes, I've had one or two quarrels, but I wouldn't say that they are manipulative. I think everybody's just doing their best. Because to be honest, we have to give each other grace. Being inside that place is not easy. I've been there for, 6 weeks? And I would be a bad person or a hypocrite to say that anybody's manipulated, because really, wallah, is not easy. Everybody really, really, really tried their best, Which housemate's eviction shocked you the most? I would say Dambo's kid. Because Dambo's kid is a very chilled guy. He's a sweetheart. I didn't expect him to go first. You know, he's somebody that he's always out of trouble. For a young guy, always out of trouble. Very positive somebody. He's always doing his best. And considering his relationship with Zita was one of the relationships that I was rooting for and I really, really loved. You know, they were my people. So it really shocked me that he didn't get enough time to showcase who he was. But I believe that he had a fantabulous, short period of time where he got the king of extracts. And that was a big deal. We're all happy for him. So, what's one thing viewers will be surprised to learn about you outside the show? I am a very empathetic person. I think sometimes I went out of character. I said certain words to certain people that I considered as friends at some point. And I know that people might see that as Soso just being a horrible person. But really and truly, that's not who I am as a person. I definitely apologized. I don't know if part of those were showed. I mean, recently I also had an issue with Zita, which, I approached her and we spoke about it and made it clear that, look, you're my girl. Whatever you heard that somebody told you or whatever is not, I didn't say that word, which was, I was asked, does Zita like gossip? And I literally just said, hey, she likes to hear gist now. And that was taken by her in the wrong context. And I really, really understand it. But like I told her, I didn't mean it that way. I was just caught in the moment. Because for me, if I have an issue with you, I believe we should speak about it as adults at the end of the day. Like I always say, it's not easy being in that place. So I am a very, very kind person. I love looking after people. And everything I do is not just for myself. I have a family of 9 siblings rather, including myself, 10. And all I'm doing is to make sure that they have a good life than I had. And also, like I said, for my charity, for people that didn't have platform like this, that might never experience a platform like this, to be able to look at me and say, if Soso can do this, then we can do it. So for me, it's all about empathy and giving people more grace, If you could cook a meal for any celebrity, who would it be and why? I would love to cook for Miss Tio Savage. She's so, so beautiful. I like how she carries herself. I like how she's soft-spoken. She's somebody that I've always, in as much as I'm not into music, like in terms of I'm not an entertainer, I give them grace because it's not easy. Having to have people bash you most times and you still come out pulling strong in every moment and still being an A-list person and still lasting up till now. It's not easy. So I love the fact that she carries herself. I will make her, I think because she's Yoruba. And I did the semovita contest where I made efori roll. So I think I'll make her a nice efori roll with either semovita or eba or poundo. It depends on whatever she wants, but definitely efo with some assorted meat, brokoto, shaki, goat meat, all of those stuff for her to enjoy. Because it's all about girl power for me, and I love her and I hope to meet her someday.
So we're gonna play a game right now and I'll ask you questions.
Sorry, one sec, do I look here?
Yeah, you look there. So you do your best to answer with just one word. How are you doing?
I am blessed, I'm wonderful. Blessed.
What did you eat this morning?
Nothing.
What inspired your career choice?
People.
How did life begin?
My parents.
What if your parent didn't get married?
Sad.
What is love?
Intentionality.
What is your greatest fear?
Poverty.
What is your greatest passion in life?
Love.
Why do human beings dream?
Living.
What is the difference between intelligence and creativity? What do you think about artificial intelligence?
Wonderful.
How do you want to be remembered?
Kindness.
How do you handle failure?
Try again. Thank you guys for sticking with me. I had a wonderful time with Pulse for my fun fact. I hope you guys had fun because I had so much fun. Thank you. Catch you guys later.